In her essay Historiographic Metafiction, Hutcheon introduces and examines the concept of historiographic metafiction, a form of postmodern narrative that blends historical and fictional writing while being intensely self aware. Unlike traditional historic fiction, which often presents the past as a coherent and knowable narrative, historiographic metafiction questions the possibility of accessing or representing historical truth with certainty. It emphasizes the fact that both history and fiction are constructed through narrative, shaped by ideological, linguistic, and cultural frameworks. Before the 19th century, literature and history were seen as part of the same intellectual project, both aimed at interpreting human experience. This changed with the rise of rank and scientific history, which attempted to separate factual history from literary fiction. Postmodernism challenges this separation by revealing that both history and fiction rely on narrative conventions, are inherently intertextual and are mediated through language. Historiographic metafiction exploits these similarities to expose the ideological nature of historical representation. Novels such as The French Lieutenant's Woman, Midnight's Children, and The Public Burning shows how authors blend factual historical elements with fictional invention, not to deceive but to critique the idea that history is objective or transparent. These novels present the past not as a stable background but as a contested terrain where meaning is produced rather than discovered. They resist the totalizing tendencies of grand narratives and instead offer ironic and provisional accounts of history. A defining feature of historiographic metafiction is its dual commitment. It references real historical events and figures while simultaneously drawing attention to its own fictional status. This creates a productive tension as readers are asked to navigate the blurred boundary between fact and fiction. The text questions not only how history is written, but also who gets to write it and from what perspective. Postmodern novels often center marginalized or eccentric characters who challenge dominant narratives, emphasizing plurality and difference rather than universality. Hutcheon also draws connections between historiographic metafiction and other forms such as the non fictional novel and new journalism. While these also mix fact and fiction, historiographic metafiction is distinct in its theoretical and self reflexive orientation. It does not seek to provide authoritative versions of the past, but to reveal the processes by which historical meaning is constructed. It problematizes both the historian's claim to factuality and the novelist's freedom of invention. Hutcheon positions historiographic metafiction as a response to contemporary skepticism about truth, authority, and representation. It does not deny the past or historical reality, but insists that our access to that past is always mediated through discourse. By highlighting the narrative and textual nature of history, it encourages readers to critically engage with received versions of the past and consider the ideological functions of historical writing.